Hello, everyone. How are you? I'm just sitting here in the kitchen waiting for my tea on the stove. So, how are you guys all doing? Welcome to Positively Spiritual. My name is Shannon Gilmore. Hi. Hi. It's nice to see everyone. Welcome. If you guys are new to this channel, please take a look around, sit down, get comfy. There's lots of information on this channel to help you. Who we are is we are a group of healing hopefuls. Hi, Resistor. Resistor is our moderator for this channel. So thank you, moderator. Thank you, dear Resistor, for helping us out. We're just here gathering information, learning, doing the best that we can with what we've got, trying to share insight, share our story, tell our story, and rising above through the Lord Jesus Christ, our Savior. There's no, you know, there's no division, or that's what the aim of this channel is, to have no division between denominations or which faith is best, which Bible is best to read. We're coming together with the meeting of the heart and minds. We all love Jesus Christ, right? That's what matters. So let's do this. So, how is everyone? All right. Well, did you have a good day? Yeah, good. It's important to see the little things, the little nuances within your day. And I have to say, don't let other people's baggage or other people's trauma or other people's negative vibe, what they've got going on, don't absorb it. Okay, don't absorb it. Flatbread and a message was nice. Thank you. I'm sorry. I was just working on the fly. Yeah, it was, and it was delicious. It was really good too. So, yeah, so I'm just sitting here waiting for tea. And yeah, I'm just reflecting on the day, and the day was a good day. And I noticed that, these lives have helped me because I'm not taking in other people's negativity like I once was. You're gonna have people who are going through negative things. You're gonna have negative people in your life. You're gonna have negative situations, and it's all about rolling with the punches. It's all about just observing and not absorbing, and doing what you can to be there for people, but don't absorb their toxicity. Don't take that on and sit there after your date is over, or after your shopping spree with your friend is over, and you're sitting there ruminating about their negative problems. Like, that's not for you to own. But that's what we do. That's a part of the trauma, that we just accumulate other people's negative thoughts, negative feelings. And no, we don't. Okay, be present. Be present in the moment with the individual. Absolutely. Yes, be present. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? It's nice to see you. Welcome. Flatbread and a message. What? Yeah. Just wait till you see me, till I share with you how I make organic cream cheese, vegan style. Just kidding. Um, so, it's, by all means, it's necessary to, share your empathy with somebody. But after they leave, after the date is over, after your shopping spree with the individual is done, after your meeting with them is over, is it really your responsibility to take the initiative and sit there and ruminate about their problems that you have no idea? Like, you only know what they're going through based on what they shared with you. You don't have that personal experience. So what you would do and what they would do are two different things, because you're two different people. So it's kind of an exercise in futility when you think about it, to sit there and ruminate about what they should, could, would, might do. Here's a suggestion, there's a suggestion. Maybe they should do this, maybe they should do that. Maybe, I don't know. No, it's for them to sort out with God. So you love the flat. Yeah, all it was is it's just simple ingredients. It's no yeast. It was just almond milk. You can use water, and whole wheat flour and coconut oil. That's it. That's it. And here's the secret. The more flour you use and roll it flat, you can make pita. That's how you make pita. That's how they pop, fill up with air. And they're like popovers in your oven, and you can, fill the pita. So that's a little secret. So, no, I didn't show you. I was just trying to get this done because I was like running late. Like I had to clean my house because it was my landlord coming over. So I had to, shape up. And so I was just like, I got to prepare something and I got to do this video. And I was just like, okay, let's just do this, and I'm watching the time, and he said, oh, he's going to be here by noon. And he showed up late. So yeah, so it all worked out. But yeah, next time I'll take you through when I make something like, next time I make something like ravioli or something, I'll take you through the whole enchilada. I'll take you through it. No, I baked it in the oven. I actually just baked it in the oven. And I baked it on a cast iron skillet, a flat pan in the oven. Normally you can go like 400 degrees Fahrenheit, but I went 350. And, it takes about 10 minutes for them to cook. And there you go. Just 1 second. My water's boiling. I'm still here. Where's my mug? Yeah, so it's quite fun making food from scratch, actually. It's just, when you cook food, I'm back. When you cook food from scratch, you just put your love into it. They say put your back into it. No, you put your love into it, and you taste that love, and you just appreciate your food because God provided for you, and you're just like, thank you, Lord. It's just so yummy. So I got my tea. Cheers. A new tea. It's organic pomegranate and raspberry tea. And there, can you see the nice pink? And it smells like raspberry. I was like sipping on this last night, had too much of it. So, hi Rita, nice to see you. How long does it take for? Yeah, it's only about 10 minutes in the oven to cook, because they're flat, so they don't take a long time. But this recipe, you can make crackers. Even with the flatbread, I often put like rosemary and garlic and spices in it in the dough and cook it that way. But yeah, with crackers, you can, like, I even put grated cheese, vegan cheese in the dough. So you can, without yeast, you can put anything you want in it, like, really. But yeast, like when you use a yeast dough, you have to be careful what stuff you put in, because it can kill the yeast. Like too much garlic and too much spices can kill the yeast, so you got to be careful. So, but yeah, welcome everyone. It's nice to see you. Welcome to Positively Spiritual. Oh, look at that. I love that that reflection on my face that's coming from the light, the pot light here shining in my tea. It's just energy, I love that. I love that. Just little sparkles. So when I was testing out the lighting here, because I just wanted to change. Like I love this kitchen. I really do. It's so big and spacious, and it's just, the cupboards are white and just black and gray accents, marble top. It's just a really nice kitchen. And I don't hang out here a lot like I do when I cook, but then it's like, because it's cold down here in the basement, but I just, I just wanted something, change it up. So that's what we're doing. And before, I was testing the lights and stuff, I was seeing the little lights that we normally see in our lives. So I prayed. I was just like, no negativity. Positivity are welcome, but negativity, no. The negative angels, the negative spirits can stay away. So yeah, it's a basement suite, and bathroom and laundry room over that way, and then my room's over that way. Second bedroom is right here on this wall here. So I can knock on this wall, and this is where Scarlett is. Hey! Maybe if she might have her earbuds in, but yeah, like, so, but yeah, it's nice. And then there's a window, and then that, backyard faces the backyard. So yeah, it's a nice place, and my landlord is a blessing. Oh, did you see that? Did you see that? Yeah. Yep. Got little doers. Got little doers. So basement suite means that it's just a house, like a house, and the basement is converted into its own private residence, where you've got your own kitchen, your own bathroom, and your own door. So you don't come and go through the main door. My main door is the back door. So that's what a basement suite is. It's just just your own private entrance, private domicile, living space that's separate from the upstairs. So yeah. So you guys ready to get into this? I wasn't sure what to talk about, but then I stumbled on something, how, hi Joe, nice to see you, welcome. The narcissist, I stumbled on this word, and I see this word so much, and there's a lot of buzzwords going on, and a lot of things with narcissism, and people trying to take the lead and think that they know what's best, and this and that, and I'm just trying to stay out of the fight. But this caught my attention, this word externalization. It's often thought of as projection, and projection is a part of it, but that's not only what it is. So I just want to talk about that if we can, because this isn't just a psychological term. It's more like a lived experience, the emotional externalization from the narcissist. Hugs, resistor, hugs everyone. So if you've ever dealt with somebody who refuses to take responsibility for how they feel, maybe you felt like you were the human punching bag. Just a little one right up here, as we see you. Okay, you know what? Lord, you're welcome here, Holy Spirit. Jesus, come and teach us, guide us, and lead us, and keep us safe. Amen. So maybe you felt like you're the human punching bag, or you walked on eggshells around someone, wondering what might trigger the next outburst. That's the result of someone externalizing their emotions. Yeah. But what is it really? Like, really? What is emotional externalization? It's when someone takes the emotions that they feel inside of them, the anger, the shame, the guilt, the sadness, and they just fling them all out. They fling them out at you like hot coals onto you. Like they're just boom, 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 boom. Like they're just throwing them out there. And where they land, the person doesn't really care. rather than feeling the heat themselves. I mean, they feel that growing anxiety, they feel that growing, percolating, I don't know what you want to call it, crust of emotion. They feel it is about to break. They're the volcano that erupts without warning. And so they unleash all these emotions and they expect you to carry them. They expect you to deal with them or don't deal with them. It's not their problem. Once it's unleashed, it's like, I'm not responsible for how you felt with me saying or doing that. It's not my problem. That's how they act. And this process may be subtle at first, but over time, it becomes a toxic habit. Oh, you see that? You see something? I missed it. I missed it. Yeah, they're all over the place. So, hi Maria. How you doing? Nice to see everyone. So, narcissists don't project, or excuse me, they project their emotions because they don't process emotions. They don't process like we do. Oh, what I'm saying. Okay, good. Because I'm just like, this keeps up. We're going to have to do some rebuking here. Because, hi, Bonnie Smith. What's the difference between a narcissist and a covert one? Well, a narcissist is a narcissist is a narcissist. Yeah. So narcissists don't process emotions like emotionally mature people do. So that tells you something. They're emotionally immature. They see emotions like anger, fear, or shame as threats to their ego. And instead of facing those feelings inwardly, because what do we say? Oh, we can't, they can't, we can, they can't self-assess. We have empathy, they don't. That tells you everything. So instead of facing those feelings inwardly because they can't, they push them outward onto you. And I'm just going to say this. This marble, this is a marble counter, is freaking cold. I need a cushion next time. But let's get on with this video. Here's some real life examples of what externalization kind of looks like. The narcissist's guilt becomes your shame. So let's say you confront a narcissist about something small. Maybe you noticed a lie or an inconsistency in their story. Well, rather than owning it, they lash back with, oh, you're always so suspicious. What the hell? What kind of person interrogates someone who cares about them? I thought you really cared. You clearly have trust issues. Back off. Yeah. So what just happened here? They felt guilt, just kind of briefly. I wouldn't say they felt guilt. I think it's more like they felt put on the spot, you know, like you're calling out their error and it's like, no, I don't make mistakes. I can't make mistakes. So they can't tolerate you critiquing them. So they're going to shove it back at you. They're going to shove it at you in the form of an accusation, turning your valid observations into an attack on your character. Why not in the living room where you're comfortable? Because I'm comfortable. My butt's cold, but I'm still comfortable. I just wanted to do something different, just switch it up a little bit. So that's all. Just needed a little break from sitting in my little living room area, you know, with the same thing going on. And plus I was making tea, so I'm feeling more comfortable with you guys. So it's like, if I had like a selfie stick that attached to my body, I'd like a body cam for a police officer that, you know, showed my face, I would walk around my house talking to you guys, doing my laundry, you know, scrubbing my bathtub. Well, I don't have a bathtub, I have a shower, but I'd scrub my shower, I'd clean the counters, sweep the floor, and we just talk all day. So, mi casa, su casa. Is that how you say it? My house, your house kind of thing? So, yeah. Yeah, it's not an equal, sincere exchange with the narcissist. That's right, Maria. So, is your character who you are in that what you put on a resume or what? No, this is the real deal, Bonnie Smith. This is who I is. This is who I is. Or are you saying, is that what the narcissist would say? I know the narcissist, I've had this said to me, oh, your true colors are coming out. Really? Anyways, they're weird, but their behavior is odd. So, thank you. Thank you, Resistor. So, number 2, the externalization is their fear becomes a problem and it becomes your problem. See, a narcissist might fear abandonment, but rather than admit it or talk about it, they might cause or accuse you, they might accuse you of cheating. If they feel abandoned by you, they're going to accuse you of cheating. They're going to lose interest, or they'll accuse you of losing interest. They're going to accuse you of not putting in the effort into the relationship. But also know this, that when the narcissist is accusing you of something, it's not necessarily because they feel that from you or feel that in general. It's oftentimes they are doing it. So if the narcissist is accusing you of cheating and there's no real grounds for you to be cheating, like you're just going through your normal everyday routine and there's no proof, it's just this accusation is just coming out of the blue, it's take that to heart, not towards you, but this is they might be telling on themselves. So keep your eyes open. So they may say stuff like, oh, you never want to spend time with me anymore. Oh, you're probably talking to somebody else. That's probably why you don't want to talk to me anymore. Well, this isn't about you, but they make it about you. This is about their insecurity, externalized and aimed at your loyalty, to get you to say, no, 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 and get you to back off and isolate yourself by, they get you to make the choice to isolate yourself from your friends and family and the things that you like to do and spend more time with them because that makes them feel better. And you're led to believe that you're doing something good for the team, for the relationship. No, they're just using you. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bonnie. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened. But yeah, it's narcissists, for some reason they operate, yeah, I saw that. They operate just on the outskirts of the law. So, I mean, nobody wants to be accused falsely, but, you know, I think the legal aspect, the people need to start taking accusations seriously. So, I'm not getting it. Do you leave the narcissist? Do you just go out and be homeless? Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not saying that at all. No. You know, this channel is about understanding the narcissist. This channel is never going to tell you what to do. Okay? I'm never going to tell you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And I'm not going to tell you that I know what's best for you. Only you know what's best for you. And um, whatever you decide, you're supported here, because I get it. You know, many of us have been in long-term relationships with the narcissist, and I myself, being a stay-at-home mom and not having a career, um, being financially dependent on him, not having family, being isolated. So yeah, I get it. And you're going to stay as long as you need to, and use that time that you're with the narcissist wisely. Any free time, spare time that you get, any time that you get on your own, that is spared, that is given to you, use it to heal yourself. That's what I recommend, is understand your symptoms of abuse, understand the narcissist, understand your reactions. There's PTSD, there's fawning, there's enabling, there is attachment deficits, there's the trauma bond, there's cognitive dissonance, there's even infantile regression syndrome. So look at all your typical symptoms that come from being abused and work on those. And you can do that while you're in a relationship with a narcissist. You're just going to have to allocate your free time differently. And, you know, you can take free courses online for education. You certainly can. I think it's Coursera. You can just Google it. You can find free textbooks. Archive.org, I think, has a lot of books that you can even download books from your library, your local library. So educate yourself if you need to brush up on your education or whatever. There's free avenues on the internet for you. So while you're in a relationship with the narcissist, you can do it. You can help yourself. And when you are ready, then you get yourself out. You certainly don't jump out of the frying pan and into the fire, do you? You don't. You do what you got to do for yourself to stay safe. Make sure you're safe. But yeah, even in physically abusive relationships, sometimes shelters aren't easy to go to. Some people can't go to shelters. Some people can't go to their friends and their family for support. So you gotta stay, or that's maybe your decision to stay. You gotta do what you feel is best for you. So it took you 5 years to figure out he had a child next door every time I walked outside the baby's outside. Wow. Get as much to yourself as possible. Amen, Maria. Yeah. I asked the district attorney to give me some shelter or something like a logical evaluation. There was no cause. Yeah. See, now it's becoming more common in the courts, but it's still not recognized as it should be. So parental alienation is just starting to get recognized now by the judges and by courts. So I mean, we're still a long ways out. We're still a long ways out. So yeah, just hang in there. You got this. You can do this. And welcome to this channel. There's lots of information. We have a private Telegram group where we meet and we can talk about the things that YouTube won't allow us to talk about, and we can, just start sorting this out and talking about the real hidden abuse. It's not always just from the narcissist, it's from the lawyers too. Been there, done that, and the judges. Been there, done that. And judges aren't, the law isn't always on our side. So you keep yourself safe as best as you can. and you learn. And learning, believe it or not, knowledge is empowering. You learn about yourself, you learn how to understand that this isn't your fault. The abuse that you're taking was and will never be your fault. It's all on them. And they need, they need a reality check, and they need anger management, and they need the narcissist needs a lot of help, but are they going to get it? No. And it's not your responsibility to make them get it. Your responsibility is to make sure you're safe. Keep yourself safe, so you know yourself when, sometimes you just have to just keep your answers short. Well, do you agree, honey? Yep. Well, what's your opinion on that? I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Well, what do you mean? I don't know. I haven't given it much thought. Like just fake being sick sometimes too. So, the narcissist wants you to go on to a movie with them or something, and you're like, oh, I really don't feel good tonight. I'd just rather stay home. Well, I'm going to the movie. Okay, you go to the movie, have fun, have a great time. And you know what? That's your cue. You got some alone time. Go research the internet incognito on your internet, so they're not looking at the history on your computer, and go do some research. Go research, I don't know, go research some skills, some educational skills. Go research where shelters can be, go research the narcissism and the multifacets and the comorbidity of narcissism, and go research lawyers and groups, support groups that can help you find the necessary shelter. Research if there's programs in your jurisdiction of government, federal, provincial, whatever it is, statewide, whatever. Maybe there's some programs that you can get into low-income housing, or research how to start a business online, or how to do work online. Just do what you can for you. So you're learning that not a lot of people are in our favor when it comes to this. Can you guys stop this, please? The Lord rebuke you. If you are of evil, go away. Talking about narcissism. Yeah, always be learning. So the narcissist will always make everything about you. And they'll switch it around and say, oh, you always make everything about you, don't you? You're always making it everything is always about you. I can't have a bad day now, can I? I can't have a bad day, and if I do, you're pestering me about it. They have a sucky attitude, let me tell you. You're always going to be the villain. In their mind, they do everything right, you do everything wrong. It's splitting. We talked about this the other day. So this is like a research project for me, lifelong independent research project. Absolutely it is, Cynthia. I mean, and at first it's daunting, but then, it gets exciting, because when you start seeing how you're applying the information and you see your own growth, it's like, wow. And careful, because it can be addicting. Oh yeah. So why do narcissists externalize? Why do they do this and they project? Why? Like, because deep down they're emotionally immature. They lack the internal scaffolding to regulate their emotional states. See, they've built their identity around a false self, a self that can never, okay. When you're young, you start building your identity, right? Well, that identity changes with the people that you meet, the people that you see, the things that you do, the learning you gain. That identity changes. Excuse me, sorry. But with the narcissist, they want their identity to stay, because when you're a kid, well, people kind of let things go, don't they? When you're a kid, you kind of get off the hook a little bit more than you would an adult. You know, some people say, oh, they're just a kid. Come on, can't you just let them go to the party or let them go to the birthday party? They're just a kid. They're only a kid once. You know, come on, lighten up. You know, that's that kind of attitude and behavior helps the narcissism in the child to just like, I don't want to grow up. You know that song? I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Da 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 da. I forget the rest of the words. Yeah. Yeah. So narcissists don't want to grow up, and they've learned not to. So they've built their identity around this self of their youth that was meant to change and evolve, but no, they've somehow made it stick. It's like, no, treat me as a child, that I'm just a child, I'm still growing, and I'm allowed to make mistakes, so stop accusing me. Let me get away with, you know, pulling the cat's tail. Let me get away with pouring paint on somebody's car out of revenge. I'm just a kid after all. I'm only a kid once. So, hi Joe, how you doing? Hi Scarlett. Okay, I'm gonna do something. Scarlett, take your earbuds out. I know there's a delay on this video, so just a minute. I hear her moving. Just wait, I hear her. Did you hear that? You know, you're supposed to go 2 bits. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. She just went whack. Oh, you're so cute. I love you, Scarlett. So, yeah, so the narcissists, they've built their, thank you for indulging me, girl. So they've built their identity around a false self, one that must appear in control, one that must appear perfect, that they can't do any wrong. They must be admired and powerful. And that's what happens with kids. Kids can get away with a lot. And kids do get away with a lot. So having adult emotions kind of threatens that for the narcissist. And that, you know, the emotions that the narcissist shows, well, that's a vulnerability that equates to weakness. So instead of introspection, the narcissists deflect. Instead of taking responsibility, they lay blame. No, you're the one to blame. It's your problem that you won't let me get away with this. It's your problem that you won't do this, what I tell you to do. It's not my problem. It's your problem. You're the one that has the problem because you're not the one that's allowing me to be a kid. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Yeah, now I got that earworm in my head. I'm going to have to look up the lyrics now. So it's easier to paint someone else as the problem than to confront their own discomfort because they cannot change. They're stuck in this infantile mentality. So here's what this externalization emotionally, this emotional externalization looks like in action. When you say something like, I feel like we've been disconnected lately. Well, they're going to respond, maybe if you weren't so needy all the time. Like, what's your problem? Like, if you weren't so needy, we wouldn't be having this problem right now. This is your problem. Like, why do you have to make things so complicated? Why do you have to do, you're always doing this? They take a neutral or emotional observation and twist it into a flaw that is in you. But it's not there in you, it's in the relationship. But they can't identify as the other person in the relationship. This, see, because they're the stunted child in the adult's body, and they're the stunted child that doesn't want to grow up, and it's an adult's responsibility. They see you in this relationship as you being the adult. You have to delegate, but they're the child, and you have to let them do whatever they want because they're just a child once, and you got to give the child a break. So just like a child cannot understand the dynamic of a parent child relationship. Like, yes, a child does love, but the child also doesn't understand what love really means. So the child there's just a natural order that the child just naturally expects the parent to come to their rescue, to do things for them, to, just regulate the child's emotions and behaviors by saying, do this, don't do that, it's okay. But because the narcissist is now an adult, it's like they want that, but it's like, no, don't tell me what to do because I'm an adult now. So you may say something like, I'm really hurt by how you just spoke to me. And how they're going to respond is, oh, you're just too sensitive. I was just being honest. Well, if you can't handle the truth, maybe you're not strong enough for this relationship. Again, their aggressive behavior is reframed as your personal failing. It's got nothing to do with you. They don't know how to respond to adult situations and adult emotional maturity because they are still emotionally immature. Gray rocking is hard to develop, but it works really well if you can master the art of it. That's right, Joe. And gray rocking is almost impossible, but I've done it for a few times. Hey, Apollo Star, where have you been? How are you? It's good to see you, my dude. How you doing? So I was gray rocking before I knew what it was, LOL. Yeah. Yeah, it's good to see you. Hope things are well with you, Apollo. So their aggressive behavior is, well, it's got nothing to do with you, but it's meant to shame you as they feel shamed, because it's like you're basically, well, how they would feel is kind of like, well, you're shaming me for being who I am. Like, why can't I just be who I am? Why can't I just do what I want to do? They weren't taught or learned, or maybe they dismissed consequences when they were a kid. So, yeah, I'm just reading your comments here. Love's back to you guys. So in the world, or excuse me, in the Word of God, we're called to be, slow to anger, right? We're supposed to have this unending, unyielding compassion for one another. We're supposed to be quick to listen. But when you're dealing with the narcissist, someone who externalizes, you're dealing with the opposite. A person quick to rage, a person who is slow to listen, who doesn't listen. And they are like oozing pride, like oozing it. Aw, Resistor, we love you too. We love you, all of you guys. You guys are awesome. So the narcissist's emotional world is like a flooded basement. They won't acknowledge the leak. They just blame the person who pointed it out. And if you try to help them clean it up, you'll be the one soaked and shivering in the end. I didn't see that with my eye. Maybe sitting in my kitchen wasn't a good idea. Anyways, I have to expect this because we're talking about narcissism. This is what happens. And this isn't my own home. Like, I share space with people. So upstairs, there's a family up there. So, and I'm in a area where, you know, there's just different people in this neighborhood. So I don't know, but they're not harming us. So I don't know. I just, you know, I don't get a bad vibe. I don't get a bad vibe. So I just, maybe I don't know. I don't know enough about anything to speak about the spiritual things that's going, what we see. I just know that I'm looking at myself in the screen and I saw something go across here like this. Now this sparkly, this is because I'm holding my tea and it's reflecting on my face because it's shining. The light is, that's what I like. I like the sparkly sparkles. Okay, enough of that. They're just, you know, these little things are coming in. You know, that's what they are. They're distracting. So the Lord rebuke you. Stop distracting. Stay away in the name of the Lord. Yes. All right. So here's the really tricky part to maneuver. You can't change how a narcissist processes information. You can't take control and you can't tell them how to process feelings, but you can change how you respond, and that changes the power dynamic. Here are practical ways to diffuse and protect your peace. Don't take the bait. Seriously. Could it be lint from the dryer? My dryer's way over there, way across the room in its own room. You know, I thought maybe lint or whatever, but like there's a little piece of lint flowing right here, but you guys can't see it on camera. So, I don't know. So, I don't know. The biggest thing you can do is walk away from them. Hello, Mark Travis. Nice to see you. How you doing, sir? So, is it chai tea? No, it is pomegranate and raspberry tea, a new blend from a company called Stash. It's organic tea and it is delicious. It is so delicious. I like it. So, and it's got green tea in it too, so that's what I like. Oh, I love pomegranates, are so good. Yummy. So don't take the bait from the narcissist because they're going to provoke you. They provoke emotional reactions because it distracts from the issue. If they can get you to explode, they can point to you and say, well, see, you're the one who needs help. You're the crazy one. I didn't do anything wrong. So how to respond? Just take a pause. Breathe. Beat. Oops, breathe. I read your comment. I read your comment. I added some sugar beet gummies to my daily diet. Awesome. I read that and then I spoke. Breathe, not beat. Take a breath. Breathe. So, oh yeah, they love the car isolation trick. Yep. Yep. Oh yeah, they do. They use driving as abuse in itself because you can't get away, right? You're forced to be their audience and you're under their control. So You're planning to wean yourself off your meds. Wow, good for you. Just be careful with that. Keep a journal and monitor and tell people that you're doing that. You know, tell your close friends so they can help you with that. And tell your doctor too. You know what to do. I'm not telling you anything you probably don't already know. So good for you. Do what you're doing. That's awesome. So just take a pause, take a breath. Don't, you know, you're gonna figure this out on your own. It's not worth losing your cool. Excuse me. It's really not. It's the more, when you start staying in your integrity and in your power, when you start holding yourself and you just go gray rock and you feel totally emotionally detached, that is a freaking superpower, and it feels so good, like cathartic good. Like there's nothing like it. When you're dealing with the narcissist, there's nothing like it. It's just like, this is the Mac Daddy of peace, you know, peacekeeping. Like this is the Cadillac of peacemaking. Like this is it. It feels so good. And it's like, once you get in the hang of it, it's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Like you just don't go there ever again. And, you know, you stay calm, stay grounded. Sometimes silence is more powerful than any defense. And, you know, sometimes you just have to say, you know what, I hear what you're saying. I get it, but I'm not willing to have this conversation. If we're just going to blame each other, this isn't worth it to me. Number 2, name the pattern without accusation. Instead of calling them a narcissist, don't do that, please. Don't do that. Don't accuse them of externalizing either. Describe the behavior. Say, when something upsets you, it feels like I become the target. That's not healthy for either of us. So can we do something about that? This keeps the focus on the behavior, not the label. Number 3, use reflective language. Reflect their statement back to them with neutrality. They say, you made me mad. You can respond by saying, sounds like you're feeling angry. Can you tell me what triggered that? And this puts the emotion back into their hands, where it belongs. Reclaim your boundary. Let them know how you expect to be treated and walk away if they cross that line. You know, I'm happy to talk about this when we're both calm, but I won't stay in a conversation where I'm being blamed for your emotions. And if they escalate, end the interaction. Don't argue. Don't explain. Leave. That's strength. You know, sometimes when you're in an abusive relationship, you can't get away, right? Well, press, you know, somebody accidentally on butt dial. And, you know, I hear my phone buzz. I gotta take this. And hi, Cynthia. How you doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Oh, okay. And then you're like, I gotta leave the room because this is really important. She needs me. Cynthia needs me. Or, you know, just like, I gotta go throw up, you know, and pretend to go use the bathroom and throw up. Well, not really throw up, but just go to the bathroom and just lock the door and just take some pauses. So you don't have to stay. And don't internalize their emotion. Don't take it. Just because someone is angry doesn't mean you caused it. You know, someone said to me, just because someone's angry doesn't mean that they're right. And that is so true. Just because someone is angry doesn't mean that they are right, and doesn't mean that you are the cause of their anger. Just because someone is anxious doesn't mean you must fix it. Just because someone is projecting doesn't mean the target is accurate. So practice this. Their emotion is not my responsibility. Say this in the mirror. Their emotion is not my responsibility. Say it again and again and again until it settles into your nervous system. That's where it needs to go. So let's talk long-term healing. You guys are already at a good start. If you've lived with someone who externalizes for a long time, you may start to carry their emotional baggage as your own. This is what we do. You may feel guilt that isn't yours, shame that you didn't earn, or anxiety from constantly anticipating explosions, walking on eggshells. That's all of it. All of it is trauma. All of it. You've been traumatized. Let's get that out in the open, clear the air. Okay, I've been traumatized. I'm traumatized. I'm still dealing with it. There's nothing wrong with admitting it. This is not a weakness. And healing from this requires reclaiming your sense of self. So ask yourself, where have I been taking responsibility for someone else's feelings? When did I start believing I had to manage another person's emotions to keep the peace? What would it look like to hand back the emotions that were never mine to carry? Start journaling these questions and your answers. Pray, talk to God, talk to a counselor, a therapist, talk to us. We're here for you. Rebuild that inner trust that externalizes someone else's pain. Start building trust so you can hold on to your pain, see it, look at it, value it, validate it, and learn to let it go through self-expression. Externalization is a smokescreen. It's a survival mechanism for someone who has never learned how to sit with their own pain. When we were kids, Mom and Dad said, I want you to think about what you did, son. I want you to think about what you did, kiddo. Just sit here and think about what you did. Think about it. Maybe the narcissist had that opportunity and maybe they never took that opportunity, or maybe they never had a parent say that to them. So they make other people responsible for the things that they did and the things that they say and the things that they feel. No, we're adults now. It's time to be adult. Narcissists want to live in our adult world. They want to be treated like an adult. Well, this is it, kiddo. They've got to start acting like an adult, and that's what we need to do, is start treating them like an adult. You're a grown-ass woman. You're a grown-ass man. Start taking the responsibility for your own feelings. I'm not responsible for the way you act. I'm not responsible for your anger. I'm sorry that you're angry, but I'm not your target anymore. I have nothing to do with this. I'm not the one. You're projecting your anger. You need to go talk to your boss. If it's your boss that you have an issue with, talk to your boss, not me. I'm not your punching bag. I'm not your sounding board anymore. I have to be responsible for my feelings. So do you, Mr. or Mrs. Narcissist. Welcome to the world of adulting. Be ye angry and sin not. Yes. So you don't have to stay in the line of fire.